Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I'm your host, Glenn Poole Harding. And tonight, we have a very special guest. We're representing the home team tonight, Brevoort Projects, Brevoort legend. Let's get into it. This basketball head is a Brooklyn, USA great. He was a child basketball prodigy raised in the Brevoort houses. Listen, he played against Eric Marbury from Abraham Lincoln High School in a one-on-one game at a basketball camp held by the great, legendary, Brevoort's own first real professional athlete, Mel Davis. In this game, this basketball head was the best player in the neighborhood. So, his cousin who lived in the project said, "I got somebody for you." And he went all the way out to Coney Island to bring Eric Marbury to play against our guy. Alright? Not gonna let it out the bag yet. Since this basketball head was the best in his age group, there had no one near his age that was better than him in the neighborhood. So Eric was brought in by his cousin to play this basketball head in an epic one-on-one match. Of course, Eric won because he was on his way to play in the SEC with Dominique Wilkins at Georgia University. And our guy, he was only 12 years old. Just imagine. Like I said, he would wind up losing to Eric, but his name was solidified. He came up under the likes of Cosell Brown, Jerry Ice Reynolds, Andre Irvin, and Beetle Washington, just to name a few. His fortunes took a turn for the worse when legendary Alexander Hamilton High School closed and left him without a high school basketball team and a school to attend. He tried his luck at boys and girls, but the late Paul Brown wouldn't give him a chance, which we'll get into later. This basketball head turned his attention to the streets and basketball became the secondary. But his time on the court was so legendary that his name still rings bells to this day. So, without further ado, help me welcome to the show, Brooklyn, USA great and Brevoort legend, Vaughn Wooldridge.
Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos, where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
There you go.
Can you see me, Pooh?
No, I need some place where you need some light near you.
Can you see me now?
A little bit. There you go. Perfect.
Okay. All right. What's happening, bro?
Brother?
Ain't nothing.
Good, man. Well, listen, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. You know, I've been trying to talk you into getting on here for some time now.
Yeah, it's a pleasure being on here.
You get these, legends up on the show. And me and my guy, Vaughn, talk all the time. He always give me game, tell me about the guys who came before me, before him, so we can all understand how important the guys in the neighborhood were to our progress. Right?
Yes.
So, brother, as I go around and I do these interviews and I'm talking to people and your name popping up, your name pops up. And then last week was legendary because I had Nestor Payne on here.
My dude.
He gave me your garden full of roses. And
that's my dude.
Said, yo, Vaughn is legendary. You need to come on the show. So, welcome to the show, V.
Thanks for having me.
No doubt. So, I want to jump right into this, man. Who introduced you to the game?
My god brother, his name is Clifton Williams Peanut. I was maybe like 5 or 6 years old watching them play. And then I went up to Restoration. They had this tournament up there called Restore. But first it started in Brevoort, because Brevoort really put me on the map, you know, because they had a little midget league. Can you see me?
A little bit. Bring the phone down. Because it's getting dark. As we talk, you know, there you
Okay.
go. Yeah.
Let me turn. All right. So they had a little like a little tournament in Brevoort, and I got MVP. I ain't really do too much, but I was a little dude. I was 9 years old, you know. And from there, a brother by the name lived in my building, by the name of Mo James, took me up to Brooklyn, USA, and it went from there.
Listen,
From there,
yeah, Brooklyn, USA is legendary, man. You know, you have to be around all those great coaches. Now, the Lester Roberts was around, you know, Lloyd McCory, Ray Haskins. Who are some of the other guys who were around?
as far as coaches,
Yes, those are the
them were the coaches. Right? Yeah, them were the coaches. You know, Lloyd had me when I was playing biddies. You know, Ray had the midgets.
Yeah,
can you see me?
As we go on. There you go.
All right, you can see me good now?
Yeah.
But Lloyd had me at biddies. Ray had the midgets. I would play biddies and midgets. You know, Michael Watley and all of them. I played with them midgets some. You know, Beetle and all of them. It was a guy by the name of Freddie French, though. That was my dude to look up to as far as point guards at Brooklyn, USA.
Really? So he was before the Cosell? Before Beetle? He was before those guys?
He played like Beetle. I got a chance to play with Beetle in him. Freddie was up there with the Cosells in him. But he was like the little guy, you know, and he had this afro, you know, and he used to rock people to sleep with that afro. So I used to watch him when I was a kid. I used to be like, man, you know, and he'd put the ball in the basket.
Wow.
You know, so.
And you looked at this guy because he was a small guy like yourself, and he could do things bigger than that. Similar to you.
Yes. And, you know, I was also playing, it was a guy by the name of Lou, Fat Lou, up at Restoration, right? Can you see me?
Yeah, you going in and out. You're going in and out. You're getting dark.
Let me come on this side. I'm going to come on this side.
Place with some light. Some natural light. Yo, Joe Jackson, Western House Grace said, Freddie was a beast. Yes.
Freddie would come down the court.
On here vouching like, yo, he was a beast.
Yes, Freddie French was a beast, you know. And that was the guy that I looked up to as far as that point guard when I was young, coming into Brooklyn, USA, you know. Because Beetle had a different type of game than me. Beetle had the bully game. Him and DeVere had them bully games, you know, where you reach and you miss, fuck around and break your arm or something.
Right.
You know.
You had that boogie. You had that pearl boogie.
Yes.
You had that. You had that.
Yes.
That and I caught the tail ends of what you were doing. You know what I'm saying? Because by the time you know, in your transition, I caught the tail ends of it, and you still had it. So it was just like, just imagine what would have happened. You know what I'm saying? See
the thing. You had a guy on your show by the name of Earl Robinson, my man Bug Out, right? And he said that I didn't take the game serious, right? To a certain extent, I agreed with him. But I just didn't. I was caught up into something else.
Okay.
Right at that time, but every time I got on that court, it was a show. So You know, that was my way of being a kid. You know, so.
And you was balancing two worlds at the time.
Trying to.
Right?
Trying to. But it took, you know, when I knew when people were taking it serious, when I was going to the high, right? And Ed David, the rest his soul, right?
Yes,
I told
Bug Eye, yes.
Yes. I told Bug Out, right? I said, listen, right? Somebody's interested in you, a young lady, right? And he said she ain't no basketball. And I looked at him and I was like, oh shit. I caught it. You know, I really caught it. And he said, she ain't no, like, this is what I do. You know, this is gonna take me somewhere. You know, and I said, yeah, and you know, and he used to get up early in the morning, man. When they used to come to the high, get up early in the morning to get his shots in. So I started seeing how people was taking it serious, right? And by then it was kind of too late because I was wrapped up into something else, you know. But I wish I would have took it more serious, like Earl said. You know, I wish I would have, you know, because maybe I'd have got a different look at it, you know. But I don't have no regrets because I had fun.
That's right.
Playing with all the guys I played with.
Right. That's real. That's real. Like when you was coming up, who was the guy? Who was the best player in the neighborhood?
To me, as a kid, rest his soul, a guy by the name of Buggy Leonard from out of Brevoort. Beast. Many people don't remember, you know, Buggy Leonard.
You told me about him. You told me about him. I didn't even know. Tell the world about Buggy.
Yes. Yes. Buggy, he was a beast. You know, he just passed away too soon, where people didn't really get to see his talent. You know, he had a couple of beasts. You know, I looked up to the Sam Worthings in him. You know, Sam's another beast. You know, 6'5" dude, handle that ball. You know, I looked up to the Richie Gordons in him. People don't speak about Richie Gordon. Quiet beast. Played with Cosell in him.
He was
went to the high.
He was what you consider a real student athlete, right? Do
yes. Yes.
grades and could bust your ass at the same time.
Yes. Quietly too. Quietly. You know.
Yo, Vaughn, your guy Ness is on here. Says,
what's up, Ness? I had fun playing with Ness, you know.
That's real. He said he had the key to the gym. Oh, he said Bug had the key to the gym. You know? Now let's talk about that incident with the late great Paul Brown and the shift and what happened, because if he give you that opportunity and tries to work with you, things a little different.
And I believe Ness was playing, me and Ness was playing together at this here time, right? And this is what going back what Earl was saying, right? Like how, you know, because when I came to games, it was just like, it's going to be a show, you know? And I didn't know that other people were coming to watch, like scouts, you know? And my thing was, you know, I'm coming, you know, just to put on a show. Right now, it's a dude by the name of Malcolm Green, Gerald Green brother, Pee-wee, right? At the time when all this is going on, remember they used to come up to the high in the summers and do the Kangaroo Classics, like the tournament summer. All right, Malcolm Green come to the projects to get me, right? This is where I think things were left with me and Paul Brown, right? Malcolm Green comes to get me. He says, V, Pearl and Elm in them is in the gym. It's a dude by the name of Jason Grizzly from out of Brevoort. I tip my hat to him always from this here. We go up to the high. Me and Pearl always did our thing, you know. He was probably one of the toughest dudes I ever played against because he was bigger than me. Nasty ball already to the floor, keep you on his hip, you know. But we come up there that day, man, and we put on a show, right? Me and Grizz just happened to be on the same team, right? And now you talking shit to one another. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't pay it no mind. Next year, Ray Haskins, I'm going to Hamilton. So I'm not a boys and girls player. I'm going to Hamilton. I'm a Brooklyn, USA guy. You know what I'm saying? So Paul Brown, I never paid him no attention. That's where I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never looked at him as like, hey, coach. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. Not that I didn't respect him. You know what I'm saying? So the next year, I'm supposed to be going to Hamilton. Coach tell everybody, me, Bug, Devil Dog, 88, everybody going to the high. You see what I'm saying? Doughboy, Anthony Alston, everybody go to the high. I come to the high.
Hold on. Ant was originally at Alexander Hamilton as well?
Huh?
Ant was at Hamilton originally?
Who you say?
Doughboy.
Yeah, all of them was at Hamilton. Doughboy was at Hamilton. They transferred to the high. They transferred to the high.
Ray Haskins had all the players in Brooklyn? God damn.
Everybody transferred to the high. Right? So when I come to the high, Paul Brown let me know y'all don't want no hoodlums on my team. So I was like, wow. And I never considered myself a hoodlum. When I showed up to games, you know, I was always a team player. My job was to facilitate, make everybody around me look like, you know, look a little bit better. You know, and I look a little bit better at the same time.
Facts.
I didn't play hoodlum basketball, you know.
No,
but
as we get older, Vaughn, right? And we are older guys in the neighborhood. We hear things about kids who ain't around all the time, correct?
Yeah.
You hear some of the things that's going on, and at the time, your name rang so many bells, right? You had the basketball world, and people in the streets respected you. You wasn't a bully. You wasn't going around picking on people. You wasn't an enforcer, but your name didn't ring bells so much. And I think at the time when I explained this to Ness, that Paul Brown never took a chance on the street kid. And I think that's what prevented them from winning the championship, right? Because they had all the talent in the world. All the talent. We talk about this. From the Pearls, Elmer Anderson. Even when Ness and them smacked us, they had a great team.
You know what I was supposed to do, though, Pooh? I was supposed to listen to 88 Gerald Green and take my ass to Westinghouse. That's what I was supposed to do.
Because after that, you gave up on your options, correct? It was like, well,
yeah. Just killed people in summer tournaments.
You already know that, which is crazy, right? So let's go back. I want to go back for a sec. In the very first game that you played, did you remember that game? In the very first game, what was that like? If you can remember, that was that first time. That was the time in Brevoort where they gave me MVP. You know, I threw the ball between somebody's legs and the crowd went crazy. But I think I was 8 turning 9. Yeah, because we did the magazine in '74. Yeah, I was 8 turning 9. What do you mean? Go back. What do you mean magazine? What magazine?
Me, Albert King, and a female. She played Brooklyn, USA. By the name of Adrian. Adrian Marshall, I think her name is. She used to play Brooklyn, USA. Brevoort Sports Foundation.
Brevoort Sports Foundation had a magazine?
Yes. Pooh, let me tell you something. Brevoort tournaments back then, right, was the rucker. Yes.
Wow. This is crazy. We're gonna have to try to find that magazine.
Diggs and them got it. Yeah, Thomas
Really?
Diggs, I'm for sure they got it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to call for a copy of that because that's legendary. So it was you, Albert King, and a female. Albert King was the star. He was the #1 player.
Yeah, he was going to Fort Hamilton then. He was killing motherfuckers at Fort Hamilton. Yeah, yeah.
You was the female that they was looking at to be next, and this female was going to be the best female.
Yes, yes. That's how it was supposed to work out. And then I went to play Brooklyn. It was working out because I went to play Brooklyn, USA. And I mean, I was in the backcourt with this dude by the name of Mike Spears. Beast. Beast. It was a couple of us, man. Lil Bubby, Carlton, Gary Eady. Dudes that was all up at the joint, at Brooklyn, USA joint.
So the first game you played, did you won MVP?
Yeah.
Come on, fam.
But I was young. You know how they give it to you. But I was playing. See, this is the thing, Pooh. I've always played with older people. So when I was like 11 or 12, I was playing with the Fred Mobleys, the Sonny Lewis, and the rest they sold.
Hold on, fam. Let's make some noise for that. How your first game, MVP?
Yeah, as far as underneath the ref, underneath the whistle. My first game underneath the whistle.
This is crazy. I was talking to Slim the other day. Talking to Slim, and he said, you know, I was like, yo, do you remember Vaughn out there doing it? He was like, do I? So Vaughn was the best thing out here. Vaughn was the best thing out here. And he mentioned the game with Eric Marbury.
Yeah,
who was on his way to becoming a grown man.
Shit, Eric Marbury was on his way to Georgia. Spoon was on his way to Georgia. He was great to play with Dominique and him. That shit wasn't no game.
Yes. All my basketball guys on here. Just imagine you're on your way to school and they want you to play against a 12-year-old. Like, he played that game. He actually played against Vaughn.
Yeah, and he won. As he was supposed to. But see, Pooh, back then I was used to playing against adults. You know, so it was like, you know how it was like the Saturday, Sunday mornings, you know, everybody come out. I'm 11 to 12 and the adults is picking me, you know. And it's a guy from our projects by the name of Fred Mobley, right? I'll never forget this here, right? The game is 11 up, right? I'm like 12 years old. I'm trying to boogie on him. He hit me. I made a call. He said, what you say? I said, I ain't say nothing. So Sonny said, you said you made a call. He said, I ain't hear no whistle. And I learned from then to keep playing till you hear the whistle. So he did me a favor back then. You know,
Fred was tough. You know, remind me of when I was young. When we were younger, his game reminded me of Joe Dumars. Correct?
Yeah.
He could, and it wasn't nothing fancy about Fred. He gonna key with the basic. His jump shot was money. He could take it, the physicality. He had a handle, and all plays tough.
Yeah. Yeah, but he was hard on me for a 12-year-old. But he taught me a lesson, though.
Yeah,
you know, a valuable lesson. You know.
And those games that we would have, those Saturday and Sunday games in the Coliseum, would be so epic. And it shaped who I became. You know, or obviously made you who you are, and thousands of others who came on that court.
You know what else? See how the talent is.
Hold on. Let's see if we can get Coach Haskins on the phone with you. Hold on.
Okay.
This is big, man. People don't realize, man. You get one of these to do in a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So we want to make this special for you, bro, because you definitely deserve it, man. I think I'm going to call Coach right now. Because as everyone knows, Coach Haskins is the godfather of this show.
Yes.
So I'm talking about from the beginning. making sure I had the right guests, making sure I get the right people, recording history. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Legendary.
How you doing?
Hey, Coach.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. I want to talk to you about that. But, Coach, right now, I have one of your players on the show.
Who's that?
I got Vaughn.
Hey, Coach.
Oh, Vaughn. Okay.
Yes. Anything?
Right, I'm gonna tune in.
All right. Is there anything you would like to say about Vaughn before we get off here? You can say it to the audience so the audience can hear. We got legendary Coach Ray Haskins on the line.
Vaughn knew he had unlimited talent, you know. But I haven't been in contact with him in years. But he was very impressionable, man. You know, he was tough as nails and didn't back down and was hungry to learn. So
yeah, he was saying how it crushed him. It crushed his spirits when Alexander Hamilton closed and he couldn't play for you.
yeah, he was definitely there. He would have been there. Lloyd Daniels would have been there. We had a crew. I tell everybody. You say I had great teams. My best team was yet to come. So tell Vaughn I send my love and much respect. I hope to see him in the near future.
Love you too, Coach.
All right.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach. All right. You already said, y'all? He done had Jerry S. Reynolds, R.J. Irvin, Peter Washington, Cosell Brown. And he said his best team was yet to come. So just imagine a team with Vaughn, Bugger, Lloyd Daniels, Gerald Green. Do I have to go on? R.J. Kibler, Devil Dog.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about that, Vaughn? You heard Coach? Like, is that like translating?
Cool. That kind of you was right when it said it, when you told him it, like, I was very disappointed I ain't get to play. You know, because I was looking forward to coming to Hamilton. You know, as a Brooklyn, USA guy, all I thought about was coming to Hamilton.
And Coach would have been a great coach for you, because he would have helped shape, mold the right Vaughn to be the best that he could be.
No, they raised me already.
Huh?
I came to them at 9 years old.
No, what I'm saying is, unlike Paul Brown, who didn't take a chance.
Yeah.
Would have helped you mature.
Yeah.
Right? Coach would have never gave up on you.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, right, Pooh? I used to play for this dude, Fat Lou, right? Up at Restore, Restoration. Right?
Legendary, yes.
Beautiful guy, right?
Yeah.
These are the guys that when they take a chance on somebody, right? The Fat Lou's, right? Had me at the same time, 9 years old. Old man Chico, they had me at young ages. They took rest his soul. Listen, Chico, me and his relationship was so tight, just like with Coach Haskins, Coach Lloyd, the relationships, lifelong bonds, right? Where Chico took a chance on me at 23, 24. Because I came home in 87. First, you remember when they had the tournament at 21? Me, yeah.
Oh no, this is
87.
The year after the Unlimited tournament, Sunday Unlimited.
Yeah, this when it first started.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
me,
that's when I to see you play. I'm at Lincoln City Championship guy. You come home, and it was just like everybody would be like, "Yeah, that's Vaughn. That's what we've been talking about."
Oh, listen, right? We had a no-name team. Me, my crimey comrade, rest his soul. Larry Thompson, Haywood,
yes, I remember
Eric Horn, my man Mike from off Gates Avenue. We had a no-name team. We was giving Sharif, Phil Foreman and them brothers, Sharif, Earl Fuller and them brothers. We giving everybody the business. Everybody the business though. Everybody. I get shot though. We would have took that tournament. When I learned how to walk, came back that next year, I'm playing with them Grady twins. This where old man Chico take a shot on me. He telling me, rest his soul, he said, yo man, get your act together. Come on down here with me. I went down there to Our Lady Victory, got me back in shape. We end up losing in 21 to Steve Niles in them. Andre Irvin and Steve Niles in them. They beat us. I think this is 89 or 90 championship unlimited. We catch them back in Kingston Park though. You know, I'm 5'6" trying to guard Steve Niles. You remember Steve Niles?
Yeah.
Beast. Him and his brother Mike, his little brother Mike Niles. Beasts.
I was playing with Dwayne McMillan them team.
Another beast. Another beast. I grew up playing with him too. Jimmy Mack, another beast. He had that Sam Worthing game.
He had the boogie. He had the ultimate boogie.
Yeah, that's that Sam Worthing. He come up underneath Tricky Sam. Jimmy Mack is a beast.
I said, yo, who are some of the guys that used to give you problems back then? He was like, nobody. And he went
That's
to
how he always felt.
He went to FDR, which didn't have a really good team, so he was allowed to do everything.
Yeah, yeah. But he always felt like that when we was kids. When we played in Restoration, this is what I was trying to say before you called coach, right? You already know how the talent is in your own area, right?
Yes.
So the thing to me when I was a kid was to go somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? If they say people is nice, I want to go over there. I want to play with these guys.
Right.
You know, so I went up, my first time was going up to Restoration. It was only up on Halsey Street, but I'm from the projects. I had to walk up there to play with these guys. This is Jimmy Mack and all of them. You know, this is their area. So I grew up playing with them. And Fat Lou was coaching us. He used to take me, Jimmy Mack, DeVere, we go all over and run through tournaments. But now I'm at Brooklyn. Always come to the projects anyway. So I tell them, Andre Irvin and them, yo, they got these tournaments up on Halsey and Howard. Come up there. Cause I know these niggas is nice. So when White and Mike and Andre Irvin come over there, they do the same shit they do when they up by the jump. Bust my So that's what I like though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know. And another thing I want to say about Brooklyn, USA, man, it's a lifelong family. When you know, to me, you know, anybody that to me that played back then and I see him now today, I still give him the same love. You know, that's just like with Ness. I give Ness the same love. You know,
bring the phone
that's
down,
why I
bring the
understand.
phone down a little bit.
All right. That's why I understand what Paul Brown was really, you know, what he was really trying, you know, the hoodlum
See your
thing.
face, Vaughn, because there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Again, I say this, and I said this to Elmer Anderson. I said to Ruth. All those people who
That was a
came up
beast.
during those years. Paul Brown didn't take a chance. He wanted the good, which is understandable. Which is understandable. Knowing the history of what was happening in New York City during the 70s, right, and early 80s, and then he was put in by not Frank Mickens, but he was kind of referred to. Ray was supposed to get that job. They didn't want to give it to Coach Haskins, so they gave it to Paul Brown.
That's why I came to the high. I was, you know, I'm thinking Coach gonna get the, you know, he gonna get the job, you know, and with that line up there, man, with the team they had and me at that point, I don't see how I didn't. And no knock, I say this to this here day, right? No knock on Doughboy Anthony Oz. You don't get no job ahead of Vaughn. No. And if you with that lineup,
did you ever play against them? Did you ever play against them to prove that?
Yes. No, listen, right? I got a story for you, right? I want you to ask Footy about this story, right?
Okay.
One thing, let me say this here first of all, right? Since I've been a kid, right? people will have to tell me after the games what I did. I don't really have no recollection of what's going on because I'm just there. It's a show. I'm tuned out. I just want to win, you know. So people, you know, like especially Devil Dog, he used to always tell me after games, V, you was dancing on him. And I don't have no idea. That's just my game. You see how you say Jimmy Mack like to hop down the court and dance?
Yes, yes.
But with footy, right? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Pooh?
I was just reading the comments. I'm blind, I can't see. What happened? You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right.
They got it. We having a championship game up in Lafayette Garden, right? It's me, Bug Out, rest his soul, me, Bug Out, 88, Devil Dog. I was trying to figure out if Ness was playing with us, right? But I remember us I had to go get footy, right? Footy for my projects, right? This makes it funny, right?
Kenny Patterson.
Yeah.
That's right.
Kenny Patterson, right? I go and get footy. I said, footy, you want a chip? It's Jebel Green, Doughboy, Moses Scurry. They got a nice little mob. When I say I took that personal, right? This one Bug on his way to Kentucky. So Bug just telling me, Bug used to always do this to me, rest his soul, like telling me, yo, I'm gonna be right here. You know, because Bug can shoot from anywhere. So, you know, I'm gonna be standing right here. But when I say I got MVP that game too, right? Because I took that personal, right? And that's when I knew I should have went to Westinghouse. Because Jebel Green was a beast too. You know, and I'd have loved to play with him at Westinghouse.
You was playing against Gerald.
I was playing against him. Yeah, we won. We won. It was a championship game. We won the game, but I was playing against him. But right then and there, I watched him on the come up. See, I used to play with his brother Malcolm a lot. Pee-wee. Yes. Beast.
I heard Malcolm.
But see,
problem.
Know what Pee-wee used to do to me? Pee-wee always go get Pearl on me. Rest Pearl, so got somebody for your ass.
Right. Yo,
and Pearl will do his thing.
People always getting other great players to play against you. It's like the story of your life. First, Eric Marbury. I'm gonna give him all because of the play against you. He just 8 years older than you, way bigger than you, and about to go to college, and you're not even in junior high school yet.
Yeah. But it used to be fun. I go down to what's that, Claver? Yeah. Down there, Claver. Go down there, you know, because my thing was like to go all over, you know, but you know, and see who was nice, you know, and it used to be fun.
You know what? I'll be so impressed when we talk sometime and we talking basketball, not guys in the neighborhood, not New York City basketball, but NBA basketball, right?
Yeah.
You still knowing and keeping up with all the nuances and who's good, who's going to be good. And I don't think people realize that about you, how much of a basketball head you really are. Like, you're official.
I'm a student of the game. I've always been a student of the game. I never stop loving the game. Never. That's going to be in me. You know, and I could talk sports all day long. One talk basketball, I talk that all day long.
Listen, I'll see Vaughn. Yo, what up, V? We start talking. Next thing you know, basketball come up. Listen, he was telling me a story about a drill that they used to do at Brooklyn, USA called Ball Side Middle, not knowing my guy Craig Booth is doing when he just finished part 1 of his documentary called Ball Side Middle. Because this is how legendary this drill was to these guys coming up. It's crazy, man.
Hey, I want to give him a shout out too, man, for doing that ball side middle thing, man. Cause like I got to like see Cosell's story, man, and it made me feel good. Cosell was a beast. And I just wish him and Beetle would have got a chance because they was already playing together at Brooklyn USA in the backcourt. So you could share the ball with him at hand.
Listen,
you know, that's my...
Coach Haskins told me the story about that, and he said that Cosell left to go to Oak Hill because, you know, he didn't want to share the ball with Beetle, right? Coach is bringing Beetle in because Beetle was a point guard. And when you got Cosell who can do everything and give you buckets, you don't need to have the ball in your hand all the time.
But can I say something?
Yeah.
His game called for that. Cause he was a boogier type. See, and that's why I say he should have shared that ball. They could have coexist together. Cause Beetle was more of a facilitator.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
As hell. Those people.
Yes.
Watch Alexander Hamilton play. Go to YouTube. Type in Benjamin Franklin versus Alexander Hamilton, Philadelphia. That was the first national televised high school game in the country, right? Out of all the national televised games that we'd have seen in Cup of high school, that was the first one. It was on Channel 2.
Yeah.
Amazing, yo. Amazing. Now, when Bug-Eye started coming to his own, and he was telling you those, you know, when you told him about the girl who liked him, he let you know she wasn't about ball. You saw at that moment how serious guys who are on the upper echelon of this thing we call basketball in New York City, what their mind frame got to be like.
From there, I started paying more attention to another good friend of mine by the name of John Johnson. You know, because John, you know, he's really from the Prodigy. Yeah, so I started paying attention, and I was like, oh, okay. You know, because really Bug-Eye and John was up underneath me. But we were probably the same age, but far as, you know, because I started before them, you know. So when Bug told me that, and I'm taking a look at John and John over there in Talent Town, I said, oh, homie, you know, and I already know how their games are. So when I already know from there, once I take a look, I say, all right, they going, you know, and I'm looking at it from a point guard perspective.
Yes.
But
listen, John, he was the guy we was able to touch. I know from guys like myself, the young guys, like it was possible. Going Division I was possible, right? And when those guys, John, yourself, DeVere, all the older guys, you know, even my peers, Horse, and those guys are like, fool, you got a chance. And you start to take it serious. And those, yo, keep shooting, man. Keep doing your thing. Y'all see what you're doing. Those things help me in the long run. Give you a short story. One game, I'm coming from a game, and 50 Cent called me over. You know, 50 for the neighborhood.
Rest his soul. Yeah, me, rest his soul.
Right?
Yeah.
He called me over, and he said, I thought something bad was going to happen. He said, yo, Slim, come here. I have my ball in my hand, and I have my Sunny Dew, you know, the carton joint. I'm all innocent and shit. He like, yo, come here. He's like, yo, you nice in that ball, Slim. Keep doing what you're doing. Say, you see those guys over there? They suckers. Don't be like them. There was a group of guys playing dice. He went and robbed the dice game turned around and was like, see, Slim, keep doing you. I'll never forget that. Because when we talk about the guys in the neighborhood, Thomas Diggs was the only man really, and Hazel, that wasn't in the streets that showed me love. Everybody else, they were street dudes.
Yeah.
Who told me stay with the ball. They never tried to put me in. None of you guys. I've never seen you do a negative thing, ever. You get what I'm saying? It was like put that in our face. You was making sure the guys who came after you had a better chance. And I want to say thank you, brother.
Wow. Hey, let me say this here to you. The dude, DeVere, the Jeff Thomas.
I think you paused it. Hold on for a sec. The screen is buffered there. Go ahead. What you said again? The screen is buffering. I didn't hear what you said.
I said when DeVere was in high school, they was comparing him to Jeff Thomas. You ever heard Jeff Thomas?
Yes, I heard.
Beast. See, that's another thing, right? I want to say, because when I was a kid, man, I used to work up in sales trophies, right? From when I was playing Brooklyn, USA, right? I go down there to sales trophies and sit there with them, and they had a coach by the name of George, right? I used to coach restoration, right? He used to coach the Earl Fullers, the Larry Washingtons, and them. So I got to see them dudes when I was a kid. And to this day, I look up to them dudes. Larry Washington was a goddamn beast.
Yes.
Goddamn beast. Earl Fuller too.
And he was another guy. He was another guy who was playing high school ball to let you know it was possible.
Yes. Because he had a pro game in high school.
Right.
You know, he had a pro game in high school.
Crazy, yo. Man. So, when you came back home, right? And you said, how old were you? How old were you when you came back home in 87?
I hear you, Paul.
In 87, how old were you when you came back home? You hear me?
Yeah, what you say?
You hear me? I said 87.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
How old were you when you came back home? In 87, how old were you when you came back home? He's buffering still. You hear me now? You see me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
At what age were you when you came home in 87?
I was 22 going on 23.
You never thought about getting into like a junior college or something like that?
Sonny Lewis, rest his soul, he told me one time, man, he was refereeing a game. He said, man, you need to take your act across seas, right? And I just looked at him, right? You know, I ended up getting shot up later on that year, but I'll never forget that. I just looked at him when he said that shit to me. I was like, because I really gave it a thought when he said it. I was like, yeah, I think you're right, you know, because it was like, I'm talking about, like I said, me and Larry and Hay and all us playing together, you know. We the no-name team. We giving everybody the business, you know. Eric Horn was our goddamn power forward.
Yes, Eric Horn.
Beast. Beast. Boys and girls high. Jump out the gym.
That's right. That's right. That's right. If you could go back and do it all over again, what would you have done differently?
I can't say, Pooh, because I had fun. I wouldn't take none of that shit back. I had pure fun playing with everybody. I was never, you know, I can never recall having bad teammates, and I was never the bad teammate. You know, because everything I played underneath was organized ball. You know, so, you know, and when I played pickup ball, that's just what it was, pickup ball. Anytime it was up underneath a whistle, it was just like, yo, I'm playing to win. You know, I don't care if I get 4 points. I might have 20 assists, though.
Facts.
You know, you know, that was my type of game.
And what's one misconception that people have or had about you?
As far as basketball?
Just period, in general. What's one misconception that you think people had of you?
I can't think of one, Pooh. I got along with everybody, man.
Your name is good in these streets, man. And
yes, that's what I said. I can't think of one, man.
I've never heard a foul thing about you.
If a person say something negative about me, either you don't know me or you did something, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I ain't never been the type. I've never took nothing from nobody. I was never that type. You know what I'm saying? So hey, so can't nobody say I did nothing to them. You know.
Facts. All right, B. We want to get into your top high school, the top college dude you played against, and pro. Now, you didn't have to play college ball to play against college dudes.
I know that.
All right? And you played with pros. So give me your top 3 guys that you played against.
Give me that order again.
Top dude in high school. When you played the Summer League balls, and who was the top dude that you played against? Was it Pearl? Was it Ed Davida? Was it Cosell Brown? Was it Eric Marbury?
Shit, it would have to be Spoon. Because that was my first introduction. And like, damn, you know, and, you know, but,
So, Spoon at 12, right? Let's do it like this. Spoon at 12. In your 20s. No. Yeah. When you turn 12, you become a teenager. Who was the top player you played against as a teenager?
I would have to say Lloyd Daniels. Sweet Pea was that dude. That dude. Yeah.
And who you say out of all the guys you played with that made it to the league, that guy was the guy that you knew was going to the NBA?
I'm gonna give my man Pearl his flowers on that one, man. You know, because he had that game when we was kids. Just the jumper wasn't there. You know.
He changed the culture.
Yeah, changed. He was shaking motherfuckers out of zones.
New God City for a reason.
He was shaking people out of zones.
We are called New God City.
Yeah.
And you just happen to be one of our gods, one of our great gods in New York City. Look at that.
Appreciate that.
Legendary, fam. All right. Top 5 players from the neighborhood.
From where? From what neighborhood you talking about?
From
Brevoort?
Yeah. Top 5.
Oh, I'm going to go Buggy Leonard. Rest his soul. I'm going to go Marshall Williams. Rest his soul. Marshall Williams, he used to have the memorials in the projects too. When we had the Buggy Leonards, we had them for Buggy and Marshall. You know, he's about the Glenn Webb size, yeah. Tall like that. I'm gonna put Kurt Artis in there. You know, peace. Shit.
You wasn't around. Was you around when Mel Davis was here?
Yes, yeah. I'll put Mel up there. Mel definitely got to go up there. He definitely got to go up there.
Brevoort's first NBA player, right?
Yeah. But playing every Saturday and Sunday, or watching every Saturday or Sunday, and watching every night when it was tournament time and other teams came, I put Fred Mobley up there.
Got you.
Put Fred Mobley up there.
Got you. That
round out my five. I put Fred Mobley up there.
That's respect right there. All right. Top 5 New York City players all time.
Damn. You talking about all time?
All time. Top 5.
You gotta go with Kareem. Shit, Doc from New York. You gotta go with Doc.
Who?
Dr. J from New York. You gotta go with Doc.
We give it up for Julius Erving, Dr. J from Roosevelt.
Shit.
Long Island. Yeah.
I'ma skip right over Alvin and go to Bernard. Being on, he got for so many shots. Right? Shit, that's all right. I'm gonna go with Kenny Anderson, right? Because I already got a center, right? Am I going by position, or I'm just gonna pick all 5?
However you want to do it, man. However you want to do it. Do you realize you were the first Kenny Anderson, but went another direction? If you stay on the path, you're Kenny Anderson before Kenny Anderson.
I was Kenny Anderson used to watch me in M Court and shit like that. I was the Kenny Anderson before Kenny Anderson. I always said that because I used to watch him when he was a kid. Yeah, I used to watch him when he was a kid. Oh my God, knew he was going.
That's crazy.
Knew he was going.
Last one.
I'm gonna say Pearl.
That's a legit 5 right there. Mine's kind of switched every now and again. Right? I got Kareem. I got Connie Hawkins at the power. I got Chris Mullin at the small forward. I got Rolando Blackman at the 2, and I got Steph at the 1.
You got a nice team, especially with that Connie. I forgot all about Connie. Yeah, beast wrestling. So
yes.
Yeah.
So now, V, we all music lovers, right? I'm a hip hop guy. I don't listen to the new hip hop, but I'm a hip hop guy to the soul. Give me 5 songs. 5 songs that you can go to when you want to relax. Give me 5 songs.
In hip hop?
In hip hop and music, period. 5 songs that you can go to. You know what? And the artist.
Shit, Jaheim.
Before you go on, because I'm a music guy, right? And I gotta say this. If Jaheim wrote his own music and could perform well, he would be out of here. He makes some great music when he had the great writers.
Yeah.
Right? Makes some good music, but God, he could never perform. I just had to say that. But great artist.
I went to him at the Barclays Center. Me, my wife, and my son went to the Barclays Center. I think it was last year, Mother's Day. People walked out on him.
Yo, just to let you know,
I think it was 219 Mother's Day.
I don't have a hate problem in my body. I keep it real. I've seen these guys. I was in the music industry. I've seen these guys.
I listen to him. I listen to the whispers.
For his music, you put him in a CD, turn on this song.
Yeah. I like that. I like that old school thing. I like the whispers too.
Woo!
You know.
Yo, we can't get away from that, fam. Even we go here new music. Because that's the shit that we came up on.
I still rock my bag, you know.
B.I.G.
Yeah.
P.O.P.P.A.
Hove, that's 4. So, you know. And I'm gonna give you the Isley Brothers. Huh?
And the Isley Brothers?
Yeah.
Can't go wrong, fam. That's a legendary artist right there. Well, listen, bro. I'm glad we got a chance to chop it up, man.
Yeah, likewise.
No doubt. And I know there's gonna be a kid somewhere in New York City that's gonna watch this video, and he's gonna see and listen to your story and know that he's gonna give himself a chance. He's gonna give himself a chance because he's gonna watch your video and see that, you know, you can make the right choices and you can make the wrong choices. But how your life turned out, you're a stand-up guy, great dad, great friend. I haven't talked to some of the younger guys. They have an inkling about who you are, but they know your son. If they know your son, they gotta know his dad. Dad's a stand-up guy. I was talking to a few of my former students yesterday. Let them know I was gonna have you on.
All right, appreciate that.
No doubt, my brother. You know, it's always love here, fam.
Likewise.
Appreciate you, King.
All right.
No doubt. Thank you. Come to the end of the show. Just like to thank my guy, Vaughn. It means a lot when I can get my peers, guys who I looked up to coming up, who made it easier for me. Never steered me in the wrong direction. Always gave me words of encouragement. So to you guys out there, you see a kid on the side, he's working on his game, let him know you watching. Let him know that's okay to be out here working on this game, staying out of trouble. Vaughn, you're a legend to us, and you mean a lot. So, I want to give you your flowers, brother. And this is the end of the show. I'm your host, Glenn Poole Harding. You've been watching Basketball Heads Live, the official home for New York City basketball. Peace.
Y'all ready?